Making some separation from the normal computerized types of cash, UNISWAP deals with a truly decentralized P2P exchange, especially motorized market maker (AM), to engage the trading of crypto assets. In like manner, it deals with regular exchanges in an unobtrusive way. Before we jump into the UNISWAP cost estimate, for the most part allowed us to see a piece of the fascinating components of UNISWAP with regards to a sort of significant way. Being associated with Ethereum engaged as two smart arrangements to get interest, UNISWAP sort of has a unique part and especially give liquidity clearly from liquidity providers, LPs, in a significant way. This component of UNISWAP goes probably as a critical stimulus and totally taking out the obstruction concerning token mining, or so they thought. As it were, it progresses straightforwardness clearing out the go-betweens or ascent totally, or so they generally thought. In this way, as opposed to the by and large solitary cryptographic types of cash, the high-level assets especially are associated as really matches in a very enormous manner. Subsequently the liquidity gets controlled for these parts likewise. As an extremely decentralized show for in every practical sense, motorized liquidity plan on ETH, UNISWAP overpowered the kind of entire crypto space when during pandemic UNISWAP decided to ship off this truly token UNI on September 17, 2020, or so they in every way that really matters, thought. This explicitly was witchcraft for that large number of holding UNISWAP as they in every practical sense turned tycoons on September 17, 2020, which basically is genuinely critical. Yet again while for the most part overpowering the crypto world, a surge of Stages organization token started overseeing the crypto discussions, which in every practical sense is genuinely critical. Take a gander at the Unicoin nuances before we jump to point-by-point UNISWAP cost figure in an unobtrusive manner. The vision of UNI really stands tall and firm, or so they fundamentally thought. Having effects on the mechanical and sort of functional ecospace, UNI supports trust close by convenience, making the presences of the UNISWAP clients in every way that really matters, generally speaking basic, in spite of mainstream thinking. There sort of are factors isolated from the over that basically control the UNISWAP, UNI, cost impartially viz. The association among natural market is the well-established characteristic of conflicting association works for UNI exceptionally token. Handles generally come to exhibit with wants that the UNISWAP advanced cash market they explicitly hold will ensure sort of remarkable returns, which generally is genuinely huge. In any case, due to pandemic monetary sponsor are compelled to look for other supporting methods or any elective rhythmic movement hypothesis decision in a really significant manner. In case the interest for essentially decentralized finance applications goes up, it will fundamentally be most certainly great for UNI tokens too, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. The sort of additional the holders by and large start buying the sort of token for a colossal extension, no huge shock the expense will really go the stock could especially plunge in an unobtrusive manner. UNISWAP change in cost happening over these midpoints will pretty significant solid areas to look good, which is genuinely critical. As of now, the expense of $40 as shown by UNISWAP is somewhat moderate yet shrewd and can fundamentally shoot to better levels, which essentially is genuinely critical. As per UNISWAP unit cost gauges, this is the most legitimate and open door to book benefit in the UNISWAP by exploiting certainly your capacities as a swing trader in a genuinely enormous manner. To understand the worth differences of UNI better, it would be perfect to in every way that really matters, dive further into the sort of past story of UNISWAP. UNISWAP. The expert opinion while the basic stage for UNISWAP didn't see a ton of value with the greater part, it expected venture for UNI projections to in a real sense, create that trust and work towards it, which sort of is genuinely critical. Definitely, it emerged as a trailblazer, and the latest 24 hours cost generally stands tall at the expense of $40.30 today in a genuinely significant manner. Here generally are various crypto experts who truly trust that UNI, United States dollars, has enormous potential and invigorate monetary supporters, giving glimmering proposition to exchange as underneath for this very electronic asset by giving UNISWAP assumption. At pretty lengthy last light emission, which explicitly is very huge. There explicitly is potential for joining designs that point towards how there is by and large potential for UNISWAP and show it could essentially go on a higher inclination. According to UNISWAP measure, the expense could reach $0.793, close to the completion of December 2022, for the time being in a genuinely significant manner. According to UNISWAP esteem figure and in every way that really matters, specific assessment, UNISWAP, UNI, all things considered, has an impressive future. It could have insignificantly affected by bears anyway. We'll see the bull ride around 2023, and its expense could blow the house top crossing $60, which is very critical. UNISWAP price prediction 2022 having started essentially late in last year, the UNISWAP esteem action will truly ride a bullish example all through 2022, will continue riding news waves going on into 2023, or so they truly thought. Some in the center of between the years 2022 and 2023, the worth improvements of United States dollar ought to sort of have been noticeable, taking it to an in every way that really matters, higher point fixed at $15 in every way that really matters, trailed by a brief sharp cure, close to the completion of 2022 in an unobtrusive manner. Considering the exceptionally principal year, as really demonstrated by UNI cost gauge 2022, the base expense would sort of reach to $12 and generally truly outrageous expense to $15, which truly is genuinely huge. The run-of-the-mill cost would really be $13.5, which certainly is genuinely huge. UNISWAP price prediction 2023 fluctuating someplace in the scope of $14 and $17. According to UNISWAP cost assumption 2023, the expense of UNISWAP could show some block anyway. It can especially be said with sureness regarding the positive distinction in cost of UNI in regards to whether these 3 years would stamp a splendid time for this computerized cash unit in an unobtrusive manner. There could in every practical sense be a fundamentally not many monstrous changes in crypto industry circumstances, market positions, monetary overpowers, technique reconstructing, or a truly other political defense for the coin to basically have its show on exchange, which in a real sense is genuinely huge. UNI, in any case, certainly is known to sort of be flexible and essentially consistent both. Pretty overall monetary perspectives may too fundamentally for the most part influence UNISWAP cost improvement in a by and large huge manner. According to UNISWAP gauge, the base expense would reach to $14 and most noteworthy expense to $17.2, which by and large is very huge. The regular expense would in every way that really matters be $15 in a truly significant way. UNISWAP price prediction 2024 a couple of experts similarly truly predict according to UNI cost assumption that esteem modification may moreover in a real sense be suitable around this period, taking the UNISWAP UNI cost around $18 in 2024, riding as a market maker, which in every way that really matters, is very huge. In the sort of head around half of the expense would especially reach up to $18.5, or so they especially thought. District unequivocal changes additionally impact the expense of UNISWAP. Hence, coming towards its cutting-edge targets, one thing that can basically be guaranteed about the UNI truly token essentially is that the stars are magnificent for this asset in a fundamentally significant manner. Having changed the by and large entire truly overall page of trades, UNI truly token sets out on the excursion of having a by and large striking effect on this especially natural framework. UNISWAP price prediction 2025 according to UNISWAP price prediction and our genuinely own assessment, a truly couple of speculations around the expense of UNISWAP in 2023 in like manner, includes that UNI would for the most part ride the purchaser market by 2025, UNI could by and large attempt to show up at one more lovely high of $22, genuinely in opposition to prevalent thinking. UNISWAP fundamentally shows up now to rivalry to set a record demanding its position showing sufficiency in an unpretentious manner. According to UNISWAP assumption, in the kind of head half, it would especially go up to $16 and the most outrageous expense would reach to $23 in the year 2025 in a significant way. UNISWAP price prediction 2026 as shown by UNI cost assumption, as this year is gone before by the mining event, there should sort of be a bullish improvement, driving the expense of UNISWAP to explicitly happen towards a base worth degree of $25, undoubtedly in a sort of significant manner. In the really half it would generally reach to $24 and in the long it would reach to $26, or so they thought. This should be a respectable UNISWAP figure interest for vendors and essentially individual monetary sponsor to discharge in their money into UniKitty, and we could especially see kind of certain expense change, which generally is genuinely huge. UNISWAP. A rising conclusion is demonstrated by UNISWAP cost assumption. There are unbelievable assumptions the crypto neighborhood holds for UNI, and it is certainly a genuinely ideal instrument for creators and engineers making ever